I think time and the amount of time I have, and how I try and fill that time.
As far as my daily routine is I mean, I still get up, go to work every day, and do the same thing.
My daily routine be after the loss changed significantly.
My daily routine has never been the same, apart from waking up, having breakfast.
So my daily routine before he passed was a lot of medical procedures, doctor's visits.
When Maddie was alive, um, we had to care for her. We had to get her dressed every day. We had to feed her. Um,
My coping mechanism I've realized is to throw myself into work, into busyness, and into other things.
I used to be an avid lifter, ex-bodybuilder.
From time to time, hospital stays.
If I'm busy and I've scheduled every second of the day, I don't have time to think.
My outlook on things and my aspect about things, I don't take things as serious anymore.
we had to do all the elements, get her to bed, I put her into a wheelchair, get her bathed, everything. Move her arms and her legs.
My brain goes to that anytime I have extra time.
I don't eat as much as I used to, I don't work out as much as I used to.
I filled it with volunteering and doing things online.
I was pretty much in go mode from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. And even when I went to bed, sometimes my brain was still in go mode.
When that morning we woke up and she had gone, that all stopped instantly.
I try to do my daily routine as I always would. And like I said, some days are harder than others, but for the most part, it's still my normal routine that I did before.
24/7, 365 for the entire 12 years that I was a stay-at-home father.
I remember driving home a week after she passed, one Saturday afternoon, and I just called my then wife and said to her, don't know what to do. Don't know what to do.
I spent a lot of time on my daily routine at the fishing hole. Not really catching anything, but sitting there, staring into the sky. And wondering, who can I help now? Who am I supposed to help today? Because what I have is not mine to keep.
Since he passed away, it went from constantly being on the go to nothing. And that was a massive change for me.
Idle time is the devil's work, I just
Waking up in the morning, relieved that I haven't had to do anything like an emergency through the night.
My hardest transition was going from constantly being busy to having so much free time that I just didn't know what to do with myself.
A lot of the stuff that used to upset me doesn't upset me anymore because it's what is it going to change anything of the outcome of it.
so having my time filled up is to the point where my wife is like, knock it off. You stop it because it's taking a tax on your health because you're doing too much.
I think for me has always, I've always had that since then, is waking up and everyone is okay.
I just ended up filling my time with work, escaping to work, burying my head in work. And I suppose that's where I am at the moment again, burying myself in work, hiding away from the reality of grief.
That's been the change for me, is my worrying in the morning, waking up.
Now that it's been 3 years, trying to find a balance for that, but it's still, nighttime is just awful. So keeping myself super busy.
That wasn't good for the first several months after he passed away.
So I'm more mission driven these days in my daily routine. I'm looking for the individual that's out there, that man that's having trouble, and because I'm wanting to go over to him and just hug him and let him know he's not by himself. We ain't got to say no words.
I lost my son in a matter of seconds. That who's guaranteed to have tomorrow, or who's guaranteed to have that very next moment?
But for me, I think the one thing that always changed after losing Madeline is waking up and just being grateful that I got through another night, if I'm being totally honest.